Roc Nation, strategic facilitator and aider of racketeering activity. In 2017, Roc Nation LLC entered into a management agreement with Fat Joe and assumed exclusive control over his business affairs. From that point forward, Roc Nation functioned as Fat Joe's operational command center, overseeing all touring, licensing, branding, music publishing, and commercial contracts while affirmatively projecting his public image and shielding his financial operations from scrutiny. Upon information and belief, Roc Nation was aware or willfully blind to defendant Fat Joe's ongoing criminal conduct, including forced labor, financial fraud, retaliatory violence, and sex trafficking. Despite knowledge of multiple allegations and red flags, Roc Nation continued to facilitate the defendant Cartagena's business interests, defends his public image, and structure deals that directly enrich the Cartagena enterprise. Roc Nation's racketeering related conduct includes assuming managerial control over the Fat Joe's touring brand and publishing rights in 2017 and continuing through to the present. Overseeing financial transactions derived from plaintiffs' uncredited performances and co-authored tracks, including All the Way Up and Congratulations, without providing accounting or ownership recognition. Initiating or supporting retaliatory litigation against TA and his attorney after the plaintiff disclosed allegations of racketeering and trafficking, constituting unlawful retaliation under 18 U.S.C. 1591 and 1513E. Continuing to benefit from and promote recordings, tours, and merchandise that originated from the enterprise's unlawful conduct. Failing to disclose material information about known enforcers and threats. Examples, Pistol Pete, Rich Player, and suppressing evidence of coercive enterprise tactics. These actions constitute racketeering participation for aiding the affairs of an enterprise engaged in a pattern of racketeering activity, aiding and embedding violations by facilitating, endorsing, and profiting from known criminal conduct, retaliation and obstruction under 18 U.S.C. 1513, 1591 for strategic litigation and suppression campaign aimed at chilling TA's protected activity, venture liability under 18 U.S.C. 1595 for knowingly benefiting from a sex trafficking venture over which they exercise oversight or control. Roc Nation's failure to intervene and instigate or sever ties with the defendant Cartagena after assuming managerial control in 2017, despite extensive evidence of cohesive conduct, makes it both material beneficiary and a willful enabler of racketeering activity. Its continued participation in legal defense of the defendant's Fat Joe commercial interests represents knowing facilitation of the very enterprise structure that caused the plaintiff's harm. Pattern of racketeering activity. Fat Joe, through his direction and control of Cartagena Enterprises, engaged in a pattern of racketeering activity within the meaning of 18 U.S.C. 1961 and 62. This pattern consists of at least 12 interrelated predicate acts, each committed intentionally and for the benefit of the enterprise, spanning over a decade and affecting interstate and international commerce. These predicate acts include violations of federal and state law involving forced labor, sex trafficking, witness tampering and obstruction, attempted murder and conspiracy, drug trafficking, tax fraud and money laundering, and commercial fraud and unfair competition. All of which were carried out as a part of a cohesive and continuing racketeering scheme to advance the enterprise's goal of control, intimidation, enrichment, and retaliation. Each predicate act is chargeable under federal or state criminal statutes and punishable by imprisonment exceeding 1 year, qualifying as racketeering activity under 18 USC 1961-1. The acts demonstrated both close-ended continuity based on their regular commission over a substantial time and open-ended continuity as they reflect the ongoing structure and operations of a criminal enterprise that remains active today. The following predicate acts described in detail below and in Appendix A constitute the pattern of racketeering activity alleged herein. Here we go. Predicate Act number 1. From approximately 2005 to 2022, Fat Joe knowingly obtained the uncompensated labor and creative services of plaintiff Terrence Dixon, aka TA the Legend, using coercion, deception, and threats of serious harm in violation of the federal and New York anti-traffic laws. TA performed as Fat Joe's hype man, co-writer, tour support, and in-house security, working hundreds of shows, writing verses, and appearing on unreleased vocals, all while being paid far below standard $250 per show, no royalties, no back-end credit, no letters of direction. That nigga was getting half of what Remy was getting. Remy was getting $500, he was getting $250. Defendant maintained this exploitation by creating a climate of fear and dependency. He repeatedly threatened TA with abandonment in foreign countries, industry blacklisting, and public humiliation if plaintiff refused to perform labor or question his financial exclusion. These actions were not isolated. They were systematic, carried out across multiple states and international venues, and supported by other enterprise actors. TA coerced labor was a pillar of Fat Joe's touring and recording profits and a critical revenue stream for the Cartagena enterprises. This conduct constitutes a predicate act of forced labor under 18 USC 1589 and labor traffic under, New York Penal Law 13535, and is explicitly enumerated as racketeering activity under 18 USC. Federal statute violated. Forced labor, obtaining labor or services through threats, coercion, or abuse of law. Labor trafficking, state statute violated. labor trafficking, individual. Instagram, my phone getting ready to die. Y'all gonna come over to my YouTube. If you go over my stories, you'll see the link that I'm live. Hit that link, it'll bring you right here. All right. But this phone's getting ready to die. Sorry. I'll charge it up and come back on. As soon as I said that, what happened?